The Prince of Wales had a simple warning for Copenhagen: act now or regret it later.
The conclusion I draw is that the future of mankind can be assured only if we rediscover ways in which to live as part of nature, not apart from her. For the grim reality is that our planet has reached a point of crisis, and we have only 7 years before we lose the levers of control.
If famous faces could force negotiators to a compromise at the climate summit, there are certainly enough of them here.
I think people are starting to realize, hey, I count, I have a voice, and there are things I can do personally, and there are things that I have to demand of my public servants, because our politicians are public servants. They are supposed to serve the public's good.
Arnold Schwarzenegger came armed with a message of salvation for the deadlocked talks.
This conference is automatically and already a success. Kyoto brought the world's focus to what must be done. It brought the focus to that whole subject. We didn't know then what we know now. We didn't have as much experience with the science that we will research or the hurdles that we will face. But Kyoto made us think differently about the world.
But the truth is that negotiations to cut the world's greenhouse gas emissions have reached a stalemate. After 9 days, negotiators here still haven't agreed on any of the key issues. Firstly, they don't have a deal on how much each country will cut its greenhouse gas emissions. Secondly, they can't agree on how much financial aid rich countries should give to poorer ones to help them adapt to climate change and reduce their own emissions. And those two problems aside, there's no consensus on how any promises made here would be enforced. One deal breaker could be China, now the world's biggest carbon emitter, but unwilling to let outside inspectors hold it to account.
The fundamental question is, these are our voluntary actions that we undertake, the targets we have established for ourselves. These are our own efforts, and we expect to implement them to the best of our ability with our own resources. And the government is accountable to the people of China and to the People's Congress of China.
It's just one problem of many that's derailing this summit. There's now precious little time to get it back on track.